Welcome back to Warthog Weekly News. This week, we finally got an official response from Gaijin from the free parts and FPE riot that has been going on. The response comes in the form of a Reddit post. It was also posted on the official forums, but they had less follow-up. From Gaijin's creative director, which I think I'll just read verbatim. Hello, I guess I need to write something here. First of all, I think the most important for all people here, we are analyzing of what we can do to make you happier. I know you can say, just make FPE and parts free and open from the stock. This is not a brilliant idea. There are reasons why not all vehicles and not all modifications are available from the start. In fact, several of them. This is not a time to talk about vehicles, but modifications are also part of the game. I mean their research and unlock. So back to the point. We are discussing and analyzing lots of ideas, making other ways to get FPE and parts, making other options to repair, making changes in FPE and parts research time and price on 5 and 6 era. FPE and parts were in ground forces from the beginning, several years. So we are not talking about things like you have changed your game and ruined it. Your community wouldn't like this. We are talking about new changes to the things that are in game from the beginning. I also want to notice that we have lowered FPE and repair costs time to open several times. At least one short after Era 6 tanks were added, not much time ago. I'm noticing that because I'm not trying to convince you that there is nothing you want to change or alike. I'm pointing that any change in here is better to be carefully thinked and made. Not something we need to do ASAP, but something we need to make well. Probably, it will take time from us, I guess a few weeks. We also very busy with helicopters and naval forces. After last update, as well, please understand, we are not a very big team. Thank you for your patience and supporting the game, by the way. My own experience, and some Redditors here too, show that the most annoying is parts and FPE research on 6th rank. I know you can say on any rank, you better get the most upgraded vehicle as it can be, and at least with FPE and parts, and so on. But this is a different question. We all, I guess, already played the game to get up to 4th rank at least, and most of us up to 6th rank, I think. That means that it is not a big issue on lower ranks, or people would just leave the game, ground forces, and never post here about how long it is on top rank. Well, on low ranks is a few battles, no time to post. Am I right? Just to notice, we are planning to return to modification research on top ranks after naval forces and helicopters release, because there are a lot of things we wanted to rethink about as game changed and evolved. But I guess you wanted to hear something right now and as soon as possible. So we are putting that on top of the list. So there's lots to get out of that. Most important is the last point at the bottom, where they talk about how they were planning to redo modifications anyways, but now have just put it onto the top of the list ahead of naval forces and helicopters. Unfortunately, they're still quite vague on exactly what they mean, although they were very stern on the subject of parts and FPE will not be free. That was very apparent throughout this, especially in the part where he mentions that people seem to have most issue with rank 6. I would have to disagree. The stress of not having free parts or FPE comes most apparent in rank 4 and above. The early ones you could get parts and FPE in those first 10 free repair battles. Maybe more, maybe less, depends on the tank. But only changing rank 5 and 6 I don't think would be enough. And overall, while the majority of people on the Reddit are complaining about it in rank 5 or 6, I think the overall majority complaining about it in general are just complaining about it in general, not applying it to a specific branch of the tree. The other point I want to get to is that Gaijin is very much so not an English-speaking company. They're Russian. That is partially why I read it verbatim and didn't fill up any of the grammatical errors. That, and also because it's kind of funny. As communication with the fan base isn't easy at all, because even if you hired a PR manager, that would be one more step away from the developer's plans to the American or international fan base. No, I'm not Russian, so I can't say if this is also an issue in the Russian side of things, but it's very apparent over here in the English side of things. As if you notice, some of these sentences are almost hard to get out. Not insulting his English, it's better than my Russian, but that there's a definite language barrier, and this can explain some of the lack of transparency and late responses. Now, this isn't all the information that we got from the creative director, as he went around and replied to quite a few people complaining or stating their opinion. And I'm not going to go read through every single reply he made, because there's quite a few of them, but some of the points that he made continuously were interesting. One of them was defending the necessity to research parts in FPEs. Apparently they've done tests on this, and that parts in FPE not being researched, or moreover that modifications not needing to be researched, leads to less playing the game, which would make sense. There's less to grind towards. Though he never directly said that if you were to only remove the necessity to research parts in FPE, if it would lower the player base. There was quite a few player first statements made along the lines of money is not the priority at all. In fact, entertaining players is more important as it increases the player base and adds to the ability to get more money. This angle surprised quite a few people because while it does technically make sense, it doesn't entirely reflect what we've seen from Gaijin, like perhaps selling vehicles that are a little bit better in every way compared to their free counterparts. A point he made that I think is actually just as important as the main statement that he reverberated a few times in reply to people questioning about the soft RP cap was that with the new spawn point system right now, top players are getting more RP per minute in game than average players, and that they have taken note of this and plan to alter RP gain in some way. From what it sounds like, it's a nerf, which I guarantee you everyone is against. It could be a positive thing if they change it in a more general sense, not just a reduction. And while he did not directly say that there is no soft RP cap, he didn't sound very much to omitting it. Unless this has already been done, someone should gather information on RP gain for quite some time, ideally before they change the RP gain, in order to force Gaijin's hands to state whether this exists or not, or at least have evidence that it does. To summarize, parts in FPE will not be free, although there will be a change to how they work in the coming weeks, at the very least for rank 5 and 6 tanks. And there will be an alteration to research point game, as ground forces is much different now with the reduced spawn point costs and helicopters. Now on Twitter, War Thunder posted a question asking, enjoying helicopters? If you would have a chance to add one major helicopter themed feature, what would it be? And then in parentheses, accepts parts and FPE. We will be addressing that. Now this Twitter post was made today, and the creative director's post was made about 4 days ago. So perhaps these changes planned are much closer than what most of us surmise. I'm guessing that on Friday we're going to get some sort of news about what the changes will be, and we'll have to wait about another week for them to actually be implemented. In other news, BlueBeta, the creator of the Italian P40 tank that is currently in game, made a poll under the Italian Ground Forces section of the official forums. In this poll, he stated, "Hi, I'm opening this poll to know what is the most expected type of vehicle by the community, and at the same time, see if the tech tree will respect this opinion." This is obviously in reference of the Italian tech tree that is ever so encroaching. The choices were tanklets, tanks, light, medium, MBT, self-propelled guns, anti-aircraft, gun trucks, and armored cars. I'm curious to know if the outcome of this poll will reflect any upcoming content, but I'm not so sure. And related to that, the store team dude has once again stated that the Italian tech tree will be here at the end of the year. I pressed him for some more information, but unfortunately got a wait and see. Besides that, it's confirmed that there will be packs in the next patch, but I'm sure everyone has been expecting that stuff. And that's just about all the news this week. If you have any comments or concerns, hit me down below or on my Discord. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not like the video, don't hit the like button. If you want to see more, I make these news videos every weekend, so hit that subscribe button. I make random videos throughout the week, so hit that bell icon to be notified anytime I'm uploading anything. Thanks for watching and have a great day.